Welcome back. Buying your first home is exciting, but let's be honest, it's also expensive. What if the government could give you part of your mortgage for free with zero interest? Before we dive into today's topic, please note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial, investment, or tax advice. You should always consult with a licensed professional before making any financial decisions based on this content. Well, that's exactly what the PTZ or Prêt, Taux Zéro offers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're unpacking one of the most powerful tools for first-time homebuyers in France, the PTZ. We'll cover what it is, how it works, who qualifies, and how it could save you thousands of euros on your next home purchase. Let's get started. The PTZ is a government-backed, interest-free loan designed to help people buy their first home. That's right, 0% interest. But there's a catch. You can't use it alone. The PTZ is meant to complement a main mortgage. You borrow part of the home's cost with no interest, and the rest through a traditional bank loan. It was created to encourage homeownership, especially among younger and lower-income households. And while it's not technically free money, you do pay it back. It's definitely a huge financial advantage. Since PTZ is a loan and not an investment account, you don't earn returns or interest, but it helps reduce the cost of buying a home, particularly in high-demand areas. Let's say you're buying a new-build apartment in Bordeaux for $200,000. With the PTZ, you might be able to borrow $60,000 at 0% interest, while the remaining $140,000 comes from a traditional mortgage. That means lower monthly payments overall and a big break on interest charges. The PTZ has some serious benefits, especially for first-time buyers. 0% interest. You pay back exactly what you borrow, no more. Deferred payments. You often don't start repaying the PTZ for 5, 10, or even 15 years. Reduces loan burden. Your main mortgage is smaller, which means lower monthly payments. Encourages ownership. Without PTZ, many people wouldn't be able to afford their first home. Real example, Emma and Julian bought their first home for $180,000. Thanks to a $54,000 PTZ, their monthly mortgage dropped by $150 compared to a regular loan. That's real savings, month after month. Of course, the PTZ isn't perfect. There are some limitations. Not for everyone, only available to people who haven't owned a home in the last 2 years. Income limits. You have to earn below a certain threshold to qualify. Location restrictions. The amount you can borrow depends on where you're buying. In high-demand zones, you can borrow more. In rural areas, it's less. Only for main residences. You must live in the property. No vacation homes or rentals. And remember, it's still a loan. You will have to pay it back eventually, even if it's interest-free. Getting a PTZ is actually pretty simple, especially if you're already applying for a mortgage. Here's how it works. Find a property that qualifies: new build, under construction, or heavily renovated old home. Check that you meet the income and location criteria. Apply for a mortgage through a bank that offers PTZ. The bank submits your PTZ application along with the main loan. You'll need to provide proof of income, tax returns, proof you haven't owned a home in the last 2 years, details of the property. The whole process is handled with your main loan. It's just an extra agreement added on. Here's the thing, you don't access PTZ money directly. It goes straight into the home purchase, so there's no withdrawing funds like a savings account. However, if you sell the home early or turn it into a rental before the legal period ends, usually 6 years, you might have to repay the PTZ immediately. That's something to keep in mind if your plans might change. Good news, the PTZ is not taxed. There are no interest charges and no taxes on the money you receive or repay. It's a government support tool, not income or investment, so you won't need to worry about tax declarations related to the PTZ itself. Final thoughts. Please note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial, investment, or tax advice. You should always consult with a licensed professional before making any financial decisions based on this content. The Prêt à Taux Zéro is one of the most generous tools in the French real estate system, but it flies under the radar for a lot of people. If you're buying your first home, have moderate income, and plan to live there for several years, the PTZ can make your dream of homeownership more affordable. It won't replace a mortgage, but it'll definitely lighten the load. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you understand the PTZ better, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone who's house hunting right now. And let me know in the comments, are you planning to use the PTZ for your first home?